Just going to come back on the main line. We're in the area of where the concentration siding signal box was. So, hang on, we've got a fallen yard lamp here across the mainland. You can see it's a former yard lamp because it's still got the foot plates on it to climb up it. So that's obviously toppled from its position. Let's have a quick look. They normally have a yard marking on them. There we go. Oh, 40 metre. 40 metre. So that was one standing behind me. Now I've seen pictures looking northbound, and there should be another yard lamp here somewhere. Oh, there it is. There it is. So we've got also got, looks like either signage or possibly some kind of rodding stool. That's still there. But strangely enough, here's the second one. That's the second yard lamp. Because in the pictures I've seen looking north, there's two. Let me see if I can get a better shot by just going downward. Right, so here we are looking at that yard lamp. It's a better shot here. You can see all the way to the top, and you can clearly see it's still got its lampshade on the top. That's pretty cool. Right, so we're looking north here, and then obviously looking south there. Telegraph pole you've just seen, and the yard lamp is in the trees just there, and the second yard lamp's across. So let's just take a quick wander in here in case there's any more remnants of signal box or anything. Lots of ballast. Oh hello, something's on the ground here. What have we got here? Oh, that's interesting. Now that's in the area of the signal box. Now that's either the remains of a billy can, which probably could be. Hold on, let me just turn it upwards. Oh, it's dropped it. Could be the remains of a driver's billy can with the end missing out of it. Or it's one of them tiny little loud hailers that signalmen used to shout down to enginemen with. But I probably think it's probably the remains of a billy can. Or a mash can, as drivers used to call them. I would say that's what that is. If anyone can tell me what it is, I'd be more than grateful to know. I would think that is either a billy can or mash can for drivers. I'll put that back where I found it. Okay, so let's keep hunting. Right, so we're now level with the old water tower here. So the track formation's gone a bit wider here. So I'd imagine there was quite a few lines around this area. Hello, we've got the remains of a cesspit. Yeah, remains of a cesspit. Lovely. Okay, so we're coming off the main line. Obviously tracks are here. Heading off into the later sidings. And we've got the listed water tower here. I should imagine many locals will know exactly what this is, but I'm not a local, so this is all good for me. Well, I've been here before and I've seen it before, but yeah, apparently this is listed. We've got the former driveway, which is obviously the main entrance to the area via BR motor vehicle, the concrete pad. So we'll just have a look down there. So that's the former roadway in. There's an old sign there. Can you remember what was on that sign? Let me know. Do not trespass on the railway. Penalty 200 quid. Dunno. Let's make our way back up. We're still trying to find any remains of the former signal box as well. Now next to the water tower there was an administration building in a photograph I've seen. So let's see if we can find the remains of that if we wander back. Quite clearly you see there was quite a few tracks here. This was obviously a main railway road inward. There's bits and pieces here, look. It's up in the middle of the track there. The main line is just up there, you can see the pile of ballast. Aha, we've got a building. So in a photograph I've seen there's some kind of administration building. No, I don't think these bits of fridge or anything to do with it, but it's definitely remains of a building. It's still got, oh yes, this must be some kind of mess room for the boys, for the railwaymen. We've got ceramic floor. We've got the sewers and things, or sewage works maybe there, toilets, ceramic floor again. This is quite, I imagine this is a driver's mess. Yeah, so that corresponds with the photograph that I've seen. That's quite a large floor then. Quite a large floor. Still got the ceramic tiles down. That ties in with the photograph that we've seen. And oh, it's going to clamber up. We've got remains of a lamppost. Nearly fell again. Nearly fell. Didn't. Oh, that was close. I nearly went then. We've got some sleepers in the ground. Still in the ground here. Look at that. Oh, another S&T stone. Still in place. That's still in place there. That wouldn't take too much to dig out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to... There's lots of flies and mozzies around here. We're being buzzed. We're going to make our way into the wood. Across here. And we're going to see if we can find anything that's been dumped line side. Now, when tracks are lifted, and we know that the demo trains and the crews normally throw things to the side of the track. So let us go in and see what we can find, or if indeed we can find anything at all. So I'm going to run up here without trying to fall over. Made it. So we've got the boundary fence here. Oh, straight away on the floor here, that's been thrown to one side. That is a signal concrete post for signalling equipment. It's been thrown to one side. Normally these have pulleys on the end. That's been thrown up here. So there's another one. Hopefully we'll find some more with some pulleys on to show you exactly what they are. So we'll kind of stay within the boundary. There we go, straight away, within a few minutes we find one. Around about 3 foot long. This one's got 4 pulleys on it. Sometimes they've got embossed BR on them, and the signal wires, stroke point wires, will go through those little pulleys there, and they spin. So you can see where that's been in the ground, where it's dark, and then above the ground it's quite light. So that's the first one that we've seen that's intact. Now there are probably going to be more of these, so let's make our way south and see if we can find any more. Because knowing from past experience, we're probably going to come across a few more of these. So I'll switch off for a minute and pause until I find something else. So we've got the boundary fence, which is we're just behind the boundary fence, which obviously was post and wire with the tensioners. There you go, that's the old tensioners. What you'd come along, the guys would come along, the permanent way guys, and they would tighten these with a spanner and tighten up the wires on the post and wire fences. And immediately after that we're going to come across another signal post. That's had its pulleys removed. That's been moved fairly recently from its position. I should imagine it was sitting like that. Someone's come along and just turned it over. We've got some trunking here. been thrown over the track side there. Hello, we've got something concrete here as well. Don't know if I can move that. No, that's solid. Oh, a massive lump of wood with a massive metal bracket in it. Any ideas, anyone? Another piece of concrete. It's kind of an L shape. I think we're in the area.
There's a big concrete pillar.
Oh. So well spotted, Adam. We've got another concrete post here, just behind where that piece of wood with a bracket is. Now that obviously used to have a sign on. I should imagine that is an anti-trespass sign. They used to have red signs on them: do not trespass on the railway, penalty 200 quid. I'd imagine that's what that is, because that's right next to the boundary here. So yeah, that's interesting. That's still there. Ooh. So we're now going down into a cutting, which means the signal box sat on top of the cutting, so we should be close. Whatever that is, I don't know. That's obviously some kind of railway remains. Okay. So this is the area of where the signal box was, because it sat on top of this cutting. Somewhere up here. Hello. We've got something. We've got some remains of something. Right, we've got a battery and some old batteries next to it. Now, this could be a battery to replace the old paraffin lamps. It's got 618A written on it. And I think that could be a battery for possible signalling. If anyone knows what a 618 battery is, if you can let me know what that is in the comments. Okay. And I think we're now in the area of the signal box. I'm trying careful not to fall down the bank here, because it's right behind me. So I would imagine the signal box was right here. We've got a massive hole in the ground here. Is this something to do with a signal box and possibly a sewage pipe coming out? This is the area where the signal box was. I should imagine that is to do with the signal box. But there is no brick remains of the pillars that it sat on. Let me just have a quick look around. But I think we are in the exact spot. We've got little bits of pipe laying around here. And we've got it's just a few sleepers laying on the ground there, but no remains at all. No remains whatsoever. There should be, but not any foundations, nothing. It's unusual. Usually we'll find something, but no, there's nothing here. So I'll head back to the bank. I'm quite high up here. One minute we're in a cutting, next thing we're quite high up here. It's all the way down there. Look. There's possibly the old sewage outlet from the signal box, and that battery I found is just there. So and we've got more remains sort of laying on the bottom there, so we'll make our way down. See if I can make it without falling over. I nearly did a minute ago. I nearly went down. I've got to try and find my way down safely. I'll keep recording just in case. So it could be a laugh if I fall down the bank, and Adam. Oh, you destroyed a tree there. Ow! I've got brambles all around my legs. We made it. So we've got more. We've got another concrete bits and pieces. We've got some pipe. Oh. We've got a signal post with a pulley on the side. I think that's a rodding bearer. Remains of some kind of battery. Another one just laying there. Another signal post here. It's got a pulley on it. which means there's probably a lot more of these been thrown down the bank. So it's quite a substantial embankment up there now. We're right at the bottom of the embankment here. And again, here we go. Another signal post. This one's got 3 pulleys on it. No markings for BR, but that's just laying at the side. It's just been thrown down by the demolition crews. And look at this one. This one's just laying against the old former boundary fence post. This one's got 3 on there. No markings. Sometimes they have a BR stamp on them. There could be one on the back. I'm not sure. Can't really see. But yeah, that's. I'd imagine that was on the floor and that's been lifted up and leant against the former post there. Bits of concrete. Another one laying against the fence post. Another one there. There's 3 pulleys on it, what's left of them. I've just found another concrete signal pulley post and we put it against a tree here. We just wanted you to see this one because this one's got the adjustable hinged pulley which moves up and down. Quite ingenious. And obviously the signal wire or post point wire would go through there. You got your pulleys at the top there as well. So that's an interesting find. I've not seen one of these in a long while. So that's adjustable as well. Here we are, another one. This one's still buried. It's got its pulleys on either side. Still laying there.
That's a replacement pulley.
Huh?
Replacement pulley.
Here we go, look. Adam's found a piece of pulley there. It's got the BR marking on the back there. That's a single pulley. It's got BL on the one side and then BR on the other. Well spotted, young man. Okay, we're going to make our way up towards where the track bed comes up again. There we go, we've got a sleeper laying there. Bits and pieces everywhere. Here we have the top of a telegraph pole. I don't know where the rest of the telegraph pole is, but look at this. Still got its metal weatherproof top. Stop it going damp and horrible. You can see where the old insulators were for telegraph. You've got a smashed insulator still on there. Just spin that round, see if there's any markings on it, mate. No, it's not going to move. Sometimes they have markings on them. That's just been dumped down the side of the track. I wonder where the rest of the telegraph pole is. So we're now going upward now. Oh, there's another signal pulley post. 2 more signal pulley posts without any pulleys on. Sleeper. 2 more signal pulley posts. Oh, there's bits of concrete everywhere, isn't there? Rodding stool. And these are all at the side of the track here. So we're now going upward now. You can see we were down in a embankment, in a cutting there. We're now making our way up. So I imagine the finds will be a little bit more difficult because we're now going upward. But we'll keep looking in case we find anything. So we're out of the cutting now. We're on top of the formation. We've got a toppled telegraph pole down here. That's fallen over. A track bolt laying on the ground with still got its ferrule on it, and that's right by where this toppled post is. So we'll just go down and have a closer look at this pole. You can see the ring there to hold anybody up. so they don't fall out. It's got the weatherproofing top. It's got the stanchion there for the insulators. We've got bits of wire everywhere. Look. That's just obviously just toppled down here. So we've just found some point work, bits and pieces. This looks like a point tie bar, very much like a point tie bar. And an ancillary that goes next to it, still got a wire attached to that one, signal wire coming off that. Definitely looks like a point tie bar. That's an interesting find. So when people say they don't find anything, you just got to look. You just got to look, and you will find lots of treasure. So this is the cutting here where that brick building was. I nearly fell over again. Bits of metal. What we got here? Bits of metal, more bits of metal. It's laying around. Someone's metal belt. There's that brick building. You can see the remains of that in that. That's not a signal box. That's just a. If anyone knows what that was, if you worked the railway, you were just north of the signal box, and there was a brick building. Can you let me know what it was? Okay, we're going to go behind the boundary because we're near the end of our search now. I think. I don't think we're going to find much more because we're now kind of on top of a bank. So I don't expect to find too much more up here. But if I find anything, I'll record it. But at the moment, I'm being attacked by brambles. I am sweating profusely because the temperature's about 26 degrees, and when you're scrambling up and down banks, I don't have to make you hot. There's the boundary fence there. I know I keep going on about it, but it gives you an idea where we are. Just at the top of the bank. We've got another, just as you think you're not going to see anything else, we've got another fallen telegraph pole. There you go, there's the metal stanchion there for the insulators. There's the metal ring at the top of the post. There's the weatherproofing bit on the top. Someone's lost a downpipe for their Ford Escort by the looks of that. That's not railway related. So yeah, that's another fallen post. Right.
Little pipe sticking in there.
Oh my god, what is that? Is that what I think it is? This, what a find to end the film. We have found a vacuum brake pipe. Now, I can tell it's a vacuum brake pipe because being an ex-shunter, I've grappled with these many times, and it's got the BR mark at the top of it as well. So what an extraordinary find to end this video. Now this could have come off any form of rolling stock, an engine, a wagon, probably a coal wagon I should imagine, considering we're up near the top where the sidings are. But that is definitely what we think it is. It is a vacuum brake pipe. Wow. Whew. So we're kind of back where we started now. So that's going to end the video. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you are in the area, please come down and see if you can find any more than we did, because it's well worth a visit. So it's goodbye from me and Adam here at Mansfield Concentration sidings on the old Clipstone branch. I hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.